folks, welcome back to another video. Today we'll be talking about numbers. How does Python deal with numbers? All right, so for this exercise, and if you want to follow along, go to your terminal and type in Python. Once you type in Python, you should be able to get these like 3 arrows. That means you are in the Python terminal, which means that you don't really need any kind of script to write. You can just type things within the terminal and it will execute it immediately. So the thing that we learned from our last video, if we type in hello world, and so see, it just executes that. Awesome. So let's talk about numbers, right? So numbers in Python are like, let's say if you press in 3, it'll just enter 3. So what if you want to add numbers in Python, right? So if you put 3 plus 3, it gives you 6. That's awesome. Can we do that with subtraction? Seems like we can. Okay. So does it work with negative numbers? Yes, it does. Awesome. So what about multiplication? Let's try that. What? Yes, it works. Awesome. So let's do division. Does that work as well? It does. Okay. Now you see that we have tried with all whole numbers, right? What about decimal? Does decimal work as well? Let's try, right? So 7.2 plus 2.1. That works, right? And then let's try divided by 2.0. That works too. That's awesome, right? And then can we try 9.3 divided by 3? That works too. Perfect. So if you see, all of these commands are being executed as you want them to, right? But the one thing that we need to understand is that, for example, what if I wrap one of the numbers in double quotation marks and try to execute it? What happens then? Seems like it takes 6 and 2 and just combines them together instead of actually adding them. But if you just add 6 and 2 together without double quotation marks across either of those numbers, you actually get the addition of what the sum says. So what exactly does this mean? So Python has this concept called types. Actually, all programming languages have this concept called types, which means that any object or any value that you give to a particular language, it is converted to a type. So what that means is that anytime you like wrap any value that's given to you in double quotation marks, it means that it's converting that value to a string. So what exactly does a string mean? String means just you can think of it as a concatenation of words or a concatenation of different characters, and it just plays around with that. As in, you say, okay, like here, right? So if you say hello world or hello Python, right? So this right here, what you're doing, you're actually giving it a string. You're saying, hey, this function, the print that you have, please take the string and print it as is. So it's printing it, but can you actually print numbers? So if you do 9 plus 2 and you just do that, it prints 11. Isn't that awesome? So if you do, let's say, so basically you're saying, hey, add these two numbers and send that to this function print, and then it'll actually print the result. So there are different types in Python. So these types without any floats are just numbers as is, but you can actually add floats as well. So anytime you add a decimal point, those types are called floats. And the other type that you need to keep a track of are the double quotation marks. So double quotation marks can be can't wait for the weekend. So anything between double quotation marks is treated as a string. And we'll learn more about strings in the next video, but you just need to know that. Awesome. So play around with this. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. Before I actually wrap it up, no, I think that's good. All right. So let me know if you have any questions when you play around with numbers and floats in your Python terminal. And I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.